Next, this slide will show the structure of the Gradle build files in Android. We will talk about the main functionalities of the Gradle build files, but maybe there will be some small syntax differences and improvements in these Gradle files between Gradle versions when you guys are working on a real project. But the main idea here is to tell you the main functionalities of these Gradle build files to have a base knowledge, and then you guys can understand or search to understand yourself when seeing these small differences and improvements between Gradle versions in real projects that you're working on in the future. Okay, we will see 8 important files below. The project-level build.gradle.kt file to define the common versions of plugins used by all modules in your project. That's the reason why it's at the project level. Then, the module-level build.gradle.kts file means that one project will have one or multiple modules, and each module will have one module-level build.gradle.kts file to configure an individual Android module, e.g., app or library module. It defines dependencies and plugins, compiles options, and builds configurations for that module. Next, the Gradle.properties file, project properties, is used to define project-wide Gradle settings, including JVM options, dependency versioning, and optimization settings. Next, we have the settings.gradle.kts file, project settings, to set up the structure of your project, including the modules it contains and where Gradle should look for plugins and libraries. Next, the libs.versions.toml file, version catalog, is a new centralized way to manage dependencies and their versions in Android projects using Gradle's version catalogs feature. As before, for dependency versions, we put it in the Gradle.properties file, but now, with the new Gradle's version catalogs feature, we have a new centralized way to manage dependency versions. Next, the local.properties file SDK location is used to store machine-specific configurations, such as the location of the Android SDK and sensitive credentials, like API keys. It is not committed to version control. It is added to .gitignore to prevent exposing local configurations. Next, the Gradle wrapper.properties file is responsible for managing the version of the Gradle wrapper used to build the project. This file ensures that all developers working on the project use the same Gradle version, improving consistency and avoiding compatibility issues. And the last one is the ProGuard rules.pro file is used to specify rules for code shrinking, obfuscation, and optimization when using ProGuard or R8, default since AGP 3.4+. It ensures that essential classes and methods are retained while removing unused code. Okay, we have gone through the introduction of 8 Gradle build files in the Android project. We will go to each of these files one by one to see what are the contents of these files and how they work to build our app in the next slides.